What's up, YouTube? I'm Videl, and this is my G70. Now, you might ask, what is a G70? Well, it's a car, but it's made by Genesis. Yes, it is currently smashed, and I'm about to change that. No, I did not do this to this car. I bought this on Copart. It was smashed in the back here. As you can see, the bumper's already removed. I started actually working on this project and was not documenting it because I thought I wanted to get it done quickly and that was going to be it. But here we are. The project dragged out and I thought, why am I not recording this? Stupid. So I already, unfortunately for you guys, I already did some work on this that you didn't get to see. And that is mainly, I already pulled out some of the damage and cut out a panel, the floor panel that was in here. I've already sourced and replaced some of the broken parts, but I still have quite a bit of work to do. So I walk you guys through kind of where I'm at now and what I've done so far. So this is the floor panel that I've drilled out and pulled out after pulling this out to get access to this panel. This is not savable. So I thought about it at first. I thought maybe I could save it, but there's no way this is savable at all. So this right here is an amp bracket. There's a amplifier or processor or a hybrid of the two in here, and I've already replaced this. I got a great deal, 30 bucks. They don't sell these separate, so if I didn't find this deal, I would have had to pay $1,000 for a new amp, or I would have been stuck with a bent bracket. The vent is obviously crushed and unusable. This was part of the radar sensor. This was the radar sensor. It's completely destroyed. I got a good deal on this one, $400. They usually cost $1,000. It's currently missing a muffler. The muffler has a valve to open and close for the Sport Plus or the Sport mode, I'm not sure. And that was completely broken clean off. So they don't sell the valves separately, and there was no way I was able to fix that myself. So $350 I think was worth it. Technically, I could have just done without it, and I could have had a flap that was always open or always closed, but something in me wanted both exhaust flaps to work together. And if one of them's not working, well, one half or one side of your exhaust is louder and one side is not. So it just didn't make sense to me not to fix it. So I did decide to buy it. This is an ultrasonic object detector. It's a parking sensor. It came off the back all broken like this. It's very sad looking. I obviously had to replace this. This is about $200 from the dealer. I was able to find one on eBay for $25 with the appropriate color, so I don't even have to paint this. Awesome. The tail light had some scuffs and paint transfer on it, which I was able to remove. There's a small scratch here that I'll be able to touch up. The corner of it was cracked off, but I was able to glue it back, and I think it makes sense to save this because these are about $1,000 each. Almost 2 weeks ago, I ordered more parts, and they're here. I picked them up today.
This piece right here.
That's all I need. I don't need the whole thing. It's just this. Here's the replacement part from the dealer. Yeah, it's big. It goes something like that in the car. It's a big piece. And all I need is this. Recognize it? This was $350 from the dealer. Expensive. This is not Taiwan. They don't have Taiwan for these cars yet. Or maybe at all, ever. I don't know. But currently, you can only get OEM parts, which is kind of good. And kind of not, but kind of good. Mostly a good thing, because that means you've got high quality parts, you've got all original OEM stuff. The bad part is you can't save and cheap out. I did buy a reinforcement bar, but when I went to pick it up at the dealer, I found that one of the tabs was broken, so I asked to reorder the part and I'll pick it up later. Time for an unboxing. Or an unbagging. Manpower. Videl power. This is the bumper bracket. It goes about like that somehow. It looks good. Came with new clips. That's great. I'll definitely use this. Yes. Genesis used a plastic piece on the back, on the trunk lid. Very weird. First time I've seen something like this. But this one broke, so I can't reuse it. I'm not gonna try fixing it, so I ordered a replacement. I am thinking about doing a badge delete or a partial badge delete. I don't think it makes sense to put G70 3.3T all-wheel drive badges. I think it would look much better and cleaner with just Genesis. I'm gonna open this. Yeah. I saved it.
I saved it.
No, I saved it. Let me have that at least. And we have what appears to be a trunk lid with a Department of Transportation sticker on it. That's what I'm guessing. That's DOT stands for. It looks like it's primed.
It has no hinges.
No, they don't come with hinges.
Did you buy hinges?
Nope. I'd have to remove the rear windshield to change the hinges. So I'm hoping that I can reuse the old hinges and bend them a little bit if I have to and get it to work. You do a better job shipping these than do the aftermarket bumpers. Tell things are not sitting right yet, but we'll fix that. at some point. This will go here somehow. This lower bumper cover costs about 300 bucks, if not more, but it's not completely broken actually. It's mostly scratched. There are maybe a couple broken tabs that I might be able to fix. My thought was to save money, I decided to just fix these problems and repaint this. This is an even lower cover. I don't know what this is called, maybe skid plate or valance. Attaches here. It wasn't damaged. It just needs a little bit of a wash, but I'm totally reusing this. I think the next step is to remove this and try putting the new one on. I want to see how things line up. I want to see if I need to replace these hinges, and I also want to see how much work these are going to require. It's better.
I'm using a tape measure here to see roughly how off the two hinges are from each other. And it looks like the left one is sitting higher by about 3/4 of an inch. No worries, I got an idea how to fix that.
That's plywood.
Sure.
I think. Felt something move.
You did?
Yeah. What?
No?
Nope.
Not at all?
Nope. Much closer, guys. Much closer. It kind of looks like this is a little too high. And it is. It looks like it's bent upwards. It's another day, so I'm back at it again. Let's get started. Yay! Protect your ears, everyone. It's not perfect, but it's getting there. This is a little low, but this is a little high. So this will need to come down a little bit. And if this is still too low, then I'll add a washer to get the spacing right. Here, we're a little high, but here we might be a little low. So I'm hoping that once I finish the body work, this is acceptable. Over here, it looks even better. I think it's just about perfect, honestly. Maybe the slightest adjustment, but yeah. I think I can get away without replacing the hinges. At this point, I think I'm going to continue working on the body. I think I'm going to try knocking this down with a hammer and go from there. Getting there. I've knocked down all the high spots and I'm ready for the next step. Typically, one would use body filler or Bondo to fill in the low spots and then sand it down to shape. I've done that in the past and it works. However, it's never going to be the same quality or strength over time like an OEM panel without Bondo would, of course. That's because if the panel ever experiences any flexing or even temperature fluctuations over the years, it could cause the Bondo to pop or crack or come off, essentially. So I want to try a new technique, but it's new to me. It's actually pretty old. The long lost ancient technique of leading. I don't know if it's lost, but it is a rare technique nowadays. And the concept of this technique revolves around using solder to fill in the low spots and then sand it or shape it to form. I don't even know if I have all the things to do leading, but I do have some solder, I have some flux, I have a propane torch, and I figure I'll give this a shot. Because if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it works, then it works. LTTstore.com. Well, I got some solder on there. It doesn't look great, and that's either because I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm using the wrong products, or both. But there is some solder on there. It did stick. I will try to sand it and see how it turns out. as you can see, it worked okay. So the solder filled in all the deepest low spots, which is perfect because now I can put on a thin layer of body filler and have a much lower likelihood of it peeling off or cracking or any of that. So, body filler next. Well, as you can see, I got a lot done. It's looking really, really good. Almost perfect, actually. At this point, I don't think it's worth trying to make it any better. It's about as good as it's going to get. All I have left to do is put some of this glazing spot putty on here and to fill in some of these deeper scratches. Once I add the seam sealer to replicate the OEM seams, I'll be ready for primer. But that's it for today. I'm very happy I got all this work done. It is looking fantastic. In the next episode, we'll seam seal this, prime this, and we'll move on to the other parts of the car. If you guys found this content interesting and liked what I'm doing, please put a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, please subscribe.